sing the hook on this one. Young Jay. Imagine me above the trees, a victim of pure imagination. It's so sweet how I rise above the sky before your eyes. Imagine me above the trees, a victim of pure imagination. It's so sweet how I rise above the sky before your eyes.
What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Late night show, NBA Talk with Jay. You see what I'm saying? That's the next song of my brothers that will be put up on the YouTube channel. RIP to my brother, man. But let's get some cash here, man. Come and talk some NBA picks with my guys. That's what the YouTube channel is about, right? I kind of been talking on Twitter about taking the weekends off. Weekends is the highest variance of NBA. Not sure if that will change when NFL is going, but I'm just here. I just try to bring you what's worked for me. Maybe Saturday's a little different, but I know Sunday's for sure the wackiest day in the NBA. Doesn't mean that you can't make some cash, but just know expect the unexpected on NBA Sundays, guys. But here, that's not what the show's about. This show is to bring you some picks, some information, sports betting information, and angles for Monday, January 9th, 2023, guys. Let's get into it. I'm not here to waste your time, and I appreciate your time as well. If you like these videos, please hit the like button, subscribe as well, and also hit the notifications bell so you never miss a live show or video whenever it's posted. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get straight into it here, guys. First game up, we're going to the streets of Washington, D.C. here. We have the Wizards laying 1.5 points, guys. I must say, I'm a bit surprised that the Wizards are laying 1.5 here. I know that they were playing some better basketball. Pelicans somewhat dropped off the cliff, right? They're only 1-4 straight up and against the spread the last 5 games. You could argue all 4 of those losses versus top tier teams, though, at the Memphis Grizzlies, at the Philadelphia 76ers, at home versus the Brooklyn Nets, where they led that game by 3/4, if I'm not mistaken, end up losing it late in that one, and then they back-to-back went and faced the Mavs. Obviously, they're supposed to get smacked in that game, and they rested CJ McCollum as well, so he should be rather rested here. They're coming off getting smacked up. The Pelicans aren't that type of team, and they don't take losses lightly, in my opinion. I know they're missing in Brandon Ingram. I know that they're missing Zion Williamson here, guys, but they do have the Celtics on deck as well, but with them resting McCollum last game, that's basically them chalking that one up as a loss, in my opinion. I could only look towards the Pelicans here plus the 1.5. You look at the Wizards, they had covered 5 straight games and won 5 straight games in that matter as well. I guess somewhat a good winning streak. Sacramento, Philly, not giving them too much credit for their Suns win. They beat the Magic and they beat the Bucks. I guess somewhat of a good win streak. They have dropped the last 2. Obviously, the next game, after they won versus the Bucks, they got their teeth kicked in. They only lost by 10, but still got smoked. Then the next game, you had 2 days. This is what's worrisome about the Wizards for me. You had 2 days off, so it wasn't a back-to-back. It wasn't a terrible situation. You got smoked by the Thunder, 110-127. Now they come back home, right, with the day of with 2 more days of rest. So they're off 2 days rest once again. Come home off a 4-game road trip. I don't care, man. I know the Wizards is playing nice ball. I could only look towards the Pelicans here plus the 1.5. They have some size. They can go up against Gafford, Kuzma, and Porzingis as well. This team has size with Valanciunas. You got Najee Marshall out there. You got they got what's the guy's name, man? Little young cat, man. I'm forgetting his name right now. Jackson Hayes. They got some size down there, man. But in my opinion, the Pelicans have a much better defense here, right? Versus going up against this Wizards team. I must say they did get the Lund right back that has helped the Wizards out after like all coming off the bench. Interesting enough, guys, the home team is 9-1 straight up last 10 games. It's pretty crazy. The Pelicans are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. But like I say, they hadn't faced off this year. In my opinion, the only way I could look in this game, I feel like the Pelicans can get back on track here if they want to, which they need to. We know they're still missing Zion, but I think they have the tools to get it done in this game. The spread open up at 2 for the Wizards, come down to 1.5. CJ McCollum is back in this one. Bradley Beal is out, guys. In this game, if I'm making a play, I'm only looking towards the Pelicans in this game, guys. Like I said, I do think that this is a top tier team in the Western Conference and in the NBA. They've just dropped a few versus some top tier teams. With them resting McCollum the last one, they should be ready to go here. In theory, they are at a rest disadvantage. This will be the third game in 4 nights and the fourth and sixth, and only the second game in 5 days for the Wizards over there. So in theory, they do have a major rest advantage, but I just can't get out. I can't get that loss versus the Thunder out of my head. How do you lose that game after 2 straight days off, and you get smoked by the Thunder as well, 127 to 110? So maybe after the Wizards clustering those wins, maybe they're due to cluster some losses here. They are favored here, but some tells me that the Pelicans can definitely bring the defense here. I would definitely lean towards the under because that's the way the Pelicans have to win right now. It's not really with offense. They're having to win with their defense, but I think they have enough tools to make it hard for the Wizards to score points here. I'd heavily lean to the under, and I'd heavily lean to the Pelicans, my guys. What are you guys thinking in the chat? I see you, Sam Comer, my guy. I see you, Mitch Armstrong, my guys in here, man. What's up, Sid? I see you, baby. AOD, Markel, CO, Anthony Thornhill, Chip Plylar. I appreciate y'all, man. I feel like feel like we're like a family, man. My guy Down to Earth says he likes the Wizards money line. So like I say, they in theory, Down to Earth, they have the major rest advantage, but I know that the Pelicans have the much better defense, the much better overall team. And if they have their sights onto something, they could get it, come in here and get it done, even with the rest disadvantage. So maybe Pelicans early would probably be the look, especially Wizards coming home off a little road trip. Maybe Pelicans early, first quarter, first half could be the look. Full game, I must say, with the rest advantage, it would make sense to take the Wizards, but still, remember, sometimes the better team just digs deep and can get it done. You see what I'm saying? And CJ, he's not on that rest disadvantage. He rested. You dig what I'm saying? So who's stopping CJ here? Who's stopping CJ in this one? You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the only way I could look in this one. I'm seeing some of my guys saying they took Celtics in the first quarter. BJ say looking at them Clippers right there. What else? Yeah, let me break down the rest of these games, man. It's only 5-6 games, but that's how I'm looking at it. I think the Pelicans could get back on the right track. I maybe early could be one of the better looks in this one, but I'm looking at Pelicans. I'm not looking towards betting the Wizards. They are a very inconsistent team. You never know what you're going to get from them. Porzingis, you never know when this fucker going to leave the game, man. But I must say, Porzingis, Kuzma, and Gafford, they could find something there, man. If I'm not mistaken, Gafford may have left the last game. But regards to that, Pelicans early, maybe Pelicans early would be the one. Like I say, I got to keep it real. Wizards do have the major rest advantage, guys. That's probably the only reason why they're favored in that game. I could definitely see an under type of game for sure. We know the Pelicans going to bring this sticky defense. You dig what I'm saying? Next game here. Let's go over here to the streets of New York here, guys. We got these Bucks, man. We got these Bucks, man. What are we doing here with these Bucks, guys? They keep telling me that they're elite. I don't see it, man. How do you lose 138 to 109 to the Hornets? They were never in that game. Now, in theory, they're supposed to feel some type of way. They're supposed to come bounce back Jay off of that, man. You have to, but they're on the road. Man, these guys gave up 51 points. They gave up 51 points to the Hornets in the first quarter, guys. It was 51 to 28 after the first quarter. What the hell are we doing here? I can't understand it, to be honest. That should almost never happen. That basically tells you that the Bucks just didn't come to play. You see what I'm saying? You know what I would do? Even though I don't like the Bucks on the road, I don't think that they're as good as the market perceives them to be. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? After that type of dud, I could only look towards the Bucks here early and often. I could like Bucks first quarter after you giving up 51 to the Hornets. How do you not come in this game locked in the first quarter? Giannis got to tell the boys, guys, we gave up 51 to the bum ass Hornets. We got to come out here and show some versus the Knicks early on. If you're looking for a bounce back spot, you want to start immediately with the bounce back. You don't want to get down again in the first quarter, having to come back. The Bucks have beaten the Knicks 5 straight times. They're 4-0-1 against the spread. Last in those 5 games as well. They've played twice already this season. Bucks at the house, 119-108. Then they even got them on the road as well, 109-103. And the Bucks came out in the first quarter and they had a 2-point lead. That tells me they can cover this first quarter, guys. If I'm looking at something here, I'm looking at Bucks with a bounce back J spot, 2 days off rest to steam over that loss versus the Hornets as well. And you're at the house, right? Bucks aren't as strong on the road. You were at the house and got smoked like that. I'd look towards Bucks early in this one. Bucks first quarter is what I would look at, a bounce back J spot. Knicks are playing a lot better. They're off 2 days off rest as well, coming off their game for Toronto. Like I say, Knicks playing a lot better. RJ Barrett upgraded from out to doubtful. You see what I'm saying? So there's an outside chance that he could play. Let's see, Bucks 1-6 against the spread last 7 Monday games. Could be something because everybody doesn't like to play on Mondays, but they did have the weekend off. Bucks 0-3-1 against the spread last 4, playing on 2 days rest. That is full game wise though. They are like I said, they are 4-1-1 against the spread last 6 in New York. So Giannis and the boys do like to show out in Madison Square Garden. This could be, if Barrett is indeed still out, this could be the game where they're really missing Barrett, right? I do think to beat the Bucks, if you have a bunch of perimeter guys that can get hot, which the Knicks do in theory, Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, guys like McBride as well, you can beat them. You're gonna have to shoot lights out threes though. Regardless of full game, Bucks first quarter in this one would be my top play of the game. A little bounce back J spot. If they don't bounce back in the first quarter, they're likely not going to bounce back the rest of the way. So keep in mind that bounce back spots usually first quarters where you want to come out and get a lead and you see what I'm saying and start feeling good about yourself. So Bucks, if they came out there and did it, which was in theory the revenge spot for the Knicks, came out there and won the first quarter by 2, they can definitely do it coming off a horrible game versus the Hornets. I would possibly be looking at Bucks in the first quarter, guys. Like I said, I hadn't bet anything. I'm just breaking these games down out, talking them the night before. That way tomorrow I'll be thinking very clearly. You see what I'm saying? First game, I'd lean Pelicans early. I'd lean the under in that game. And in this one, Bucks first quarter is the way I would be looking. After giving up 51 in the first quarter to the Hornets, we'll watch this Bucks team closely. I do think that something's going up there in Milwaukee, and this team is pretty close to being broken up, whether that means the coaches, some of the star players, whatever. The Bucks have the tools to bounce back, especially off 2 days loss, off rest, and especially if they do kind of match up well versus this Bucks team. Versus this Knicks team. Bucks first quarter would be my top play in that game, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Boston here. We have the Celtics laying 8.5 points. Damn, the Clippers on their ass now. The Clippers are on the Hawks' ass. The Hawks are certified ass, guys. They were up double digits. All right, that's not what you're here for. I can't believe that they almost down double digits now, though. But let's go to the streets of Boston here, guys. Celtics land 8.5, right? Coming off their little road trip, off a 4-game road trip. They had dropped the first 2, won the last 2. The game versus the Spurs wasn't that pretty, but they ended up winning, right? I don't know. They were laying 15 and that one didn't come close to covering that spread. The Celtics not really covering spreads right now. Only 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games. The only one that they did cover was a Tatum versus Luka national TV bounce back game. We knew that they were going to cover that one, but seems like any other game versus a super step up spot, the Celtics not really coming to play. I'll be honest. I think it's Mazzulla not having his team ready. Obviously, this is a player's game. The players go out there on the court and choose to ball out. Still, coaching-wise, I still sense the Celtics missing a little something, guys. Not saying they can't get it done here, but I'm personally, you guys don't have to be. I'm worried about Mazzulla, guys. I'm worried. I think he's maybe a little bit too soft-spoken, a little bit too much, a little bit too loving. Let's put it that way. They need a hard-nosed coach to come in there and tell them about themselves. But Bulls starting to get hot. Now, this is their 3rd game in 4 nights and 4th and 6, right? So it's not the best spot for the Bulls. They have already shown that they can beat the Celtics already this year. They've won 3 straight. Should have lost that game versus Utah, guys. It was down double digits. This is what scares me with the Bulls, and I'm watching versus the Jazz. You can get whatever you want in the paint. Levine, DeRozan, there's some ballers. Vucevic, this guy is not a defender. And I guess Andre Drummond coming off the bench is somewhat some paint protection, but while Vuce is out there, you can get whatever you want. Larry Markkinen, 8 on that guy. Kessler, everybody. They just drove right into the paint on the Bulls, and it worked every single time, man. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of scared of the Bulls. You can get whatever you want inside, but like I say, they are 2-0 against the spread this year versus 3-0 against the spread this year versus the Celtics. They beat the Celtics on October 24th at home, 120-102. Then they went to the Celtics. Then they went to Boston on November 4th. Celtics win, but don't cover on a 7.5. They win 123-119. Then November 21st, Bulls at the house, 120-107. They're 3-0 this year versus the Celtics. maybe they kind of got the team figured out. They're 7-1 against the spread last 8 games versus the Celtics, guys. It's crazy, especially with the Celtics' first game back at the house. Huge. Well, no, they don't have the Nets on deck. They got the Pelicans on deck, and then the Nets. I don't like this spot for the Celtics, man. I'm not laying 8.5 with them. They likely won't have Marcus Smart as well. Marcus Smart is doubtful in this game. In theory, it is a strong number for the Celtics. They do have Robert Williams back around this time, but I feel funny about this game, guys. I'll be honest with you. The Bulls are 5-1-1 against the spread last 7 games. I don't know, man. I don't know. I must say that the line in theory is on the Celtics, but the way the Bulls have played them so far this year, even when the Celtics were peaking, which they're not now, that kind of tells us that we might be looking towards the Bulls here, plus the 8.5. I know me personally, that's the only way I could look. My guy Star Child says he likes Celtics in the first half. He's saying maybe Bulls full game, but he likes the Celtics in the first half. Sounds like he's bullish on the Celtics in the first half. Celtics hot start, Bulls will keep it close. What scares me about the Bulls, I watch versus in anything, they go into the paint every time. If the Celtics see that paint and see that tape, they should go to the paint every single time, man. They might have to try to start Drummond or something. Vucevic is just not, he's just not getting it done, man. Looks like they in the chat. They like Celtics first quarter, first half. That's what they liking in the chat, my guys. They say Bulls balling right now. They are playing some good ball. When I saw them overcome all of that, remember, they gave up whatever in the paint. They still came and won that game by 8 points. Bulls showing me something right now, man. I must say. And the Celtics, this is what's happening, guys. They played so well in the first quarter of the season. Now they're over adjusted in the market. Now you could possibly find some spots with underdogs. Like they should have never been laying 15 on the roll versus the Spurs there, guys. I'm sorry. That's a championship line right there. That should have never happened, but it did. And they didn't cover, guys. So they will try to turn up here. I'm pretty sure after losing 2 to the Bulls, I'm sure they want some revenge, but I can't lay 8.5 with the Celtics here, guys. Not full game, maybe first quarter, first half, but I can't lay it, guys. Let's go over. I lean Bulls there. Let's go over here to the streets of Memphis here, guys. We got the Grizzlies. I don't even know. We don't have a spread right now. We don't know who's playing. All right, okay, it just came out. Grizzlies laying 11.5. They're laying 11.5. No, sir. I'll tell you what happens. So I have a spot circled for the Spurs. We like them January 13th. Now, that's their game in the Alamo Dome. There's probably going to be sold out. It's a 50th anniversary for the team, all this shit. I like the spot. And they play the Warriors. It's probably going to be Steph's first game back. I love everything setting up for that one, but let's just get here real quick. So Spurs playing back-to-back games versus the Grizzlies, right? Personally, what I feel is probably going to happen, I feel like they'll give peak effort in this game tomorrow on January 9th, plus 11.5. I can only look towards the Spurs here. They're catching the Grizzlies on a back-to-back. Now, Ja Morant and Steven Adams didn't play today, which is Sunday. They didn't play today, so they should be in tomorrow on Monday. The spread will probably go up to 13. I don't agree with it. I know the Grizzlies ball out at the house, but this is really a very uninspiring game, and it's crazy. The Spurs have actually played them really tough. Spurs, so the Grizzlies have beaten this team 8 straight times, right? But the last 2, they teetering on a loss to these guys. I'm not saying they'll lose this one. I'm just saying. So last year, March 30th, Grizzlies win by 1 point in San Antonio. They were laying 5. They win 112, 111. Then the first game this season, November 9th, they win. They went to overtime as well. So the Spurs are playing this team really close. I don't know what it is. 124, 122. I'm probably taking the Spurs tomorrow, guys. We already know that Pirtle's going to be in. Keldon Johnson got upgraded to questionable. He's probably going to be here. I think it's too many points. Don't get it twisted. The Grizzlies are ballers at the house. They love showing out. This team loves playing at the house. This is a championship line, in my opinion. It's a championship line versus the Spurs. The way that I see it, I feel like the Spurs will probably try to like play in this game. The next game versus the Grizzlies, they'll probably let down, probably get smoked by 20, 30 points even. They'll be probably looking ahead to that huge game on January 13th, guys. I like the Spurs on the 13th. So in theory, I would like them tomorrow on the 9th versus the Grizzlies. The next game, we don't like them. And then on the 13th. So I'm saying that's how I see it happening. So I'll tell you this right now. I like the Spurs plus 11.5. I'm telling you that right now, especially with the rest advantage as well. Um, I think the Spurs get it. I think the Spurs gonna cover this shit. I don't even think it gets past 8-9 points. Like I say, don't be surprised if John Morant comes back. Don't be surprised if Steven Adams comes back. Don't be surprised if Brandon Clark comes back as well. Even with all that, I do believe the Spurs can cover this 11.5 points. It's crazy because they've almost played even better without Devin Vassell. It's actually pretty crazy, man. Spurs are only 1-6 against the spread last 7 games versus a team winning team above 60%. That's what they have here. So don't be surprised if they get smoked. Grizzlies are 4-0 against the spread last 4, playing on 0 days rest. 17-5-1 against the spread last 23 home games. Excuse me. Versus a team with the losing road record, and 5-0 against the spread last 5. Well, not really, as they didn't cover today. They didn't cover today. Spurs are only 2-5 against the spread last 7 meetings. This was all about feel. I feel like Grizzlies has too many points. They know that they got the Spurs again on deck. It's just like a sleepy type of spot as well here, man. I could only look at the Spurs 5-1 against the spread last 6 games. Even though they're losing, they cover these spreads, man. You see what they did versus the Celtics as well. I can only look towards the Spurs here plus 11.5, my guys. That's the only thing I can see. Say the Hawks still trying. Jay, I like that scenario. That's what I see happening, bro. None's guaranteed, but let's see what happens. Spurs can't make. No, they're tanking for sure, but they still remember, guys, tanking teams when they play these top tier teams. You want to show your worth. You want to show that you can hang with some of these top tier teams as well. Even if you even have the lead and tank away and lose, that don't mean that you don't want to cover the spread. So let's see what happens, man. Obviously, Grizzlies could absolutely smoke them. I could only look towards the Spurs plus the 11.5 in this one, guys. That's the only way that I could look. Especially, it's just what I see. I like Spurs plus 11.5, guys. I'll be honest. It may be hard for me to stay off that one. You dig what I'm saying? Especially with the Grizzlies beating them 8 straight, but the last couple really kind of teetering. I know that they were on the road, but still, man, I can only look towards the Spurs in this scenario. I think that this is the game versus the Grizzlies that they will actually try. The next one, they'll probably get smoked, guys. Let's see what happens. They're covering one of these shits in Memphis. I can tell you that. A couple more games here. Going to the streets of Denver here, man. We got the Nuggets here laying 8.5 points at the house versus the Lakers. The Lakers are brawling right now. LeBron, he doesn't look 38. I have a theory about LeBron James and Tom Brady, but I won't even say it. I won't even go into all that because it's gonna stir up some shit. It's gonna stir up a bunch of shit. But I have a theory with LeBron why he's playing so well at 38 years old, and why Tom Brady is still in the league in NFL at 45 years old. But regardless of that, you got the Lakers won 5 straight games, covered 5 straight games, and 6 out of the last 7. They're balling right now. I don't know how we bet. I'm not betting against the Lakers right now. I'm telling you that right now. In theory, though, now I'll tell you this. The Nuggets, they ball out at the house, guys. This team is 4-0. No, they're I don't even go way back, but I know in the last 10 games, they've played 7 home games. They're 7-0 straight up, 7-0 against the spread. Well, they didn't cover the one versus the Suns. They were favored by 4. They only won by 3. Depending on what number you got knowing, depends. You see what I'm saying? But regardless, 7-0 straight up last 7 home games, 6-1 straight up. They have double revenge versus the Lakers as well. Jokic is absolutely unstoppable here. There's nobody's on the Lakers going to stop him. I'm not sure who's going to stop the offense. The Nuggets team might be going to the finals, guys. The main thing was that they weren't playing defense. We know they've always had an elite offense, right? Now they got KCP and Bruce Brown. Now they have wing defenders. That was always their Achilles heel because Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr. are food defensively. I can tell you that right now. But Bruce Brown and KCP are somewhat lockdown defenders, and they can hit threes for the Nuggets as well. I must say, I really love those trades there. The Nuggets will always have something against the Lakers. They lost to them in the bubble when the league wanted the Lakers to win the championship in the bubble. The Nuggets were the better team that year. It was just hidden stuff going on. I won't even get into all that. They've lost the past couple meetings as well. Now, there was this year. So they lost to the Lakers October 30th, 121 to 110 in LA. And then they lost December 16th, 126 to 108 in LA as well. They were laying 2.5 and 1.5, and it line come all the way up to 8.5. I can only look. I know I don't want to bet against the Lakers right now, but the Nuggets really might smoke these guys. And at some point, the Lakers are going to run out of gas. They've been catching teams at the wrong time. The Nuggets just been chilling at the house, waiting on these guys here. I might have to try to hop on Nuggets, and Nuggets are played really well first quarter as well at the house. I think they come out here and try to jump on this Lakers team, guys. Lakers been way too hot. They've been playing over their head. They've been catching these teams at the right moment. Now, in my opinion, I think the Nuggets might catch them in their right moment. Third straight home game. 2 days off rest as well. They do have Phoenix on deck, but they already beat them. They want to smack this fucking Lakers team up. I don't know if I'm a lay to 8.5, but I definitely lean Nuggets trifecta in this one. I lean them early and often to go and smoke these Lakers up. And maybe the altitude might finally get to the Lakers in this one. They like to drive to the basket, but spicy Nuggets first quarter. I gotta find some type of way to hop on the Nuggets, guys. They got revenge, major revenge. They hate the Lakers. They've already lost to them twice this year, lying all over the Nuggets. I'm here to bring you the info. The Lakers are due to come back down to earth, in my opinion. This shit is not going to last forever. They got a little lucky versus the Kings as well. This Nuggets team, they're the real deal, in my opinion. I like Nuggets first quarter, and I definitely think they win this game as well, man. Let's see what happens, man. I'm gonna sleep on it. Nuggets first quarter, first half, full game. I'm leaning that shit, man. I'm leaning that shit. I think the over in the game might hit. Well, Nuggets team total over probably hit as well, guys. Now let's get to the last game. I've been on here long enough. Let's talk about the Kings here. Let's go to the streets of Sacramento here. The way I'm looking at this game, guys, this will be the latest game that the Magic have played all year. This will be their latest game. This is their first game on the West Coast. Well, second game. They played the Warriors, but that was a little bit earlier start since it was on. Wasn't that game? Yeah, it was yesterday. So it was on Saturday. So it was a little bit earlier start. That one was, if I'm not mistaken, 8:30 p.m. Eastern start, if I'm not mistaken. This one is 10. This one is 10 p.m. Eastern start, guys. This is a late night. Huh? What happened? Are we still playing the game? This is a late night sleepy spot for the Magic. I'll tell you what I like here. I think the Kings come out here hot in the first quarter. They're off 2 straight losses, 3rd straight home game as well, right? No real look ahead. They're looking ahead to the Rockets on deck. Stop it. They're winning this game. They're on now. The Kings have dropped. They're only 2-8 against the spread last 10 games. They're only 1-6 against the spread. No, 1-7 against the spread last 8. So they hadn't been covering spreads. But you know what I think happens here? I think that this is the super late start for the Magic. One, I think they have a letdown after that huge game versus the Warriors as well. Now, they do have the size advantage, right? The Kings can't stop a nosebleed inside the paint. That's why the Lakers smoked them. Remember, I tell you, Sabonis can't play defense right now with his hurt hand. But still, Mike Brown just called out the team on their defense. Basically said the defense was ass. He called his team out. You know what happens when the head coach calls his team out, especially about defense. This is how I'm looking at the game, specifically in the first quarter. I think the Kings try to turn up their defense in the first quarter. Plus, addition to that, I think the Magic have a letdown offensively, and I mean, who knows what happened after the Warriors game? But we know that they were super happy, super late night game. I see them having a letdown early. Especially early, guys. Like I say, super late night start. I lean Kings in the first quarter. I want to take this is how I'm looking at the game. I've been thinking about this shit all day. Kings in the first quarter spread. Magic team total under in the first quarter as well. That's what I'm looking at in this game, guys. I think the Kings, even if they can't do it full game, at the very least in the first quarter, there would be heavy attention to detail in this for the Kings, in my opinion. So I think they come out and at least try to lock the Magic up for the first quarter, at least get the game started off right. I like Magic team total under in the first quarter, and I like Kings spread in the first quarter as well. 3rd straight home game, and needing to come out with a much better effort as well, because they started the last game not so good. So I like Kings in the first quarter to start off well, and Magic team total under in that one, guys. That's what I'm like. That's what I've been literally thinking about all day. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get there with it tomorrow. I want to lean Kings full game as well. I think they're due to cover a spread. They have a ton of more offense in this one than the Warriors did, in my opinion. They have a lot more fluid offense right now. They have the same team. Now, I have to mention this. They didn't have Malik Monk last game. I can't tell you, I won't be taking the Kings if Monk's not in there. So I do need him in there. They missed him largely off the bench, guys. And I don't think that they knew that they were going to miss Monk that much. When I'm looking at the game versus the Lakers, I'm seeing, oh, they're struggling. And I said, I bet you that Monk didn't end up playing. He didn't play, guys. So they would miss Monk. And you need his 3-point shooting off the bench. You need his scoring off the bench, guys. So hopefully he took a game off. Hopefully he's back here. I still like Kings regardless, but I feel a whole lot better if Monk was in there. I think first quarter Kings spread and Magic team total under for the first quarter are the right sides in this game. I'd still lean Magic. I still lean Kings as well for the full game. Late night sleepy spot for the Magic. This in the Warriors here, so you're gonna turn up to face the defending champs. The Kings, I'm not saying you're not gonna turn up against them, but it's nowhere near the Warriors, right? Late night sleepy spot. The latest game that the Magic have played this season, I think it catches up with them here, guys. I think they have a letdown. So Kings first quarter, Magic team total under first quarter, and Kings full game. Those are what I believe are the top plays. I even think Magic team total under for the full game cash as well. They won't have Bobo here. Still have Franz Wagner. You might want to look at some Wagner props because he's a fucking baller and he can get whatever you want in the paint. But other than that, I don't really see this team going bunkers offensively in this game, guys. I think the Kings have the tools to at least on the perimeter play some defense. Obviously, it's going to be tough in the paint, but for one quarter, I think they can do it. And the Magic are the type of team sometimes offensively they can get in their own way, guys. Let's go over here and talk about some shirts, man. 50% off shirts. You can use the promo code We Will Win on the website, guys. jmoneyismoney.com. Everybody that's gotten a shirt, in all honesty, man, I dearly appreciate you. See what I'm saying? You didn't have to get a shirt, but you chose to. Obviously, the bookies are paying for them, but the fact that you at least even try to show support to the channel, shit means the world to me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Stay real forever. You dig what I'm saying? What you guys got to say in the chat? Monk has been out and Davis has taken his role off the bench. Now, Monk, I believe it was the last game. That was the first game he missed, my guy. Yeah, King's been cashing for us all year. Now, King's first quarter, I think his Kings as fave is weird. No, they're supposed to be at the house, man. King's first quarter, man. I think that's the one. That's the play that I've been thinking about literally all day. You dig what I'm saying? He said, I hated betting NBA before, Jay and Shar. I appreciate you. Magic first quarter losers of 5 or 6 against the Kings. Yeah, I can dig it. Over in Kings or over in Celtics. I would definitely go over in the Celtics game, especially with the Bulls having no interior defense in that one. No bench for the Lakers. I'm taking Nuggets first quarter. I like Nuggets in the first quarter. He said Nuggets and Georgia Bulldogs for him. Vertical Business says Lakers money line. I'd be very surprised if the Lakers won tomorrow in Denver. I'd be very surprised, my God, to be honest with you. Yeah, 8 is a lot. 8 is a ton, man. I appreciate you guys interacting with me as well in the chat, man. Spicy Nuggets first quarter. It should be a casher. I'm trying to meet you at the window. You dig what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. That's the show. I came and did the where'd you move to? I'll tell you, I moved to Denver. I'm in the streets of Denver, my God. I'm in Colorado. You see what I'm saying? We out here in the mountains. I was walking on a lake today, man. I was walking on ice, man. But that's the show, man. I'm not here to break you. I'm not here to waste your time. Although I do like talking NBA with you guys, man. I might go hop on Instagram or something. But yeah, man, this what I do, man. I talk NBA. I just want to give you guys some early looks. And honestly, I like doing these shows solo because I get a chance to think, you see what I'm saying, like thoroughly think about my plays, just thinking about this shit. So I already know what I like, but I love doing the solo shows. So I'll kind of keep trying to do the late night shows as much as I can, guys, because this isn't really late night to me, man. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, guys. Like I say, the picks, I haven't bet anything yet, just keeping it real with you. Obviously, we'll be live in the morning with my guy Shark, 11 a.m. Eastern, and also live again at 1 p.m. Eastern. But what I'm looking at in that Pelicans Wizards game, want to lean Pelicans first quarter. I want to lean Pelicans full game. I lean Wizards team total under full game as well. I think the Pelicans defense can shine in that game. Yeah, I like a lot of first quarter spots. Bucks versus Knicks. I think the Bucks will bounce back in that first quarter, guys, versus the Knicks. If they don't, then that tells you all you need to know about the state of the Bucks, guys. The Bulls versus Celtics. I'd like to lean towards the Bulls in that one, plus the 8.5. Maybe Bulls early, especially if they're at the rest disadvantage in theory. Celtics coming off a little 4-game road trip. Usually when these guys come off of a road trip, guys, that first quarter, first half, most of the time they come out super kind of lackadaisical. I don't know what it is, but I'm just here to bring you the info. Spurs plus 11.5. I like that one, man. I do think John Morant and Steven Adams comes back. Spurs plus the double digits. That's their role. If you want to take the Spurs, especially on the road, they're catching doubles. I don't think that they get absolutely smoked in that game. I think they can definitely keep it close in that one. Lakers Nuggets, definitely lean Nuggets in the first quarter. They do have double revenge as well. I'd still lean their way full game as well. When the Lakers do finally run out of gas or run out of the win streak, they're probably going to get blown out by 20. It should happen tomorrow in Denver, streets of Denver here. You see what I'm saying? And then the Magic Kings game, my top plays in that game will be Kings first quarter spread, Magic team total under in the first quarter, and I also lean Kings in the full game as well. They might find their offense. They might go bunkers in there with my guys. In the Magic, it's very possible that they can have a huge letdown off that huge Warriors win, my guys. That's the show. I broke the games down for you, 6 games. Let's get some cash, man. Live tomorrow with the official picks. I'm already letting you know what I'm liking, but the top officials will drop in the morning when we have at least a little bit more info on who's playing, things of that nature, guys. But if you want to play some bets tonight, I couldn't talk you off as well. Every single play that I talked about, I love. You dig what I'm saying? So if you want to go get a shirt, I appreciate you as well for showing some support to the channel. We don't charge for picks. We don't even do subscriber only shows. Like there's other people on on YouTube that make that. It's YouTube show, but you have to be a subscriber or you have to be a member of the channel and charge you a month. You see what I'm saying? So we try not to go that route. Get a shirt if you can. jmoneyismoney.com, man. Love to do it for you guys. Working OT, man. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show as well if you like the show. Let's get this cash, guys. We will.